Breaking news out of the WNBA, the Indiana Fever are now facing calls for a major. Why? Because the team may have lied, yes, lied about Caitlin Clark's injury. The face of women's basketball. The rookie who's rewriting the record books. The player single-handedly fueling the WNBA's billion-dollar rise. And now, fans are asking, did the Fever hide the truth? Did they mislead the league, the media, and all of us about Clark's health? Stay locked in, because this isn't just about basketball. This is about money, trust, and the future of the WNBA. Montage. Clark limping. Fever coach intense press conference. Tweets calling for transparency. It began on what looked like a routine play. Caitlin Clark drives, plants awkwardly, grimaces. Trainers rush in. The arena goes silent. Moments later, the Fever call it just tightness. Nothing major. Day to day. Fans exhaled. Relief washed over the league. But here's the twist: Clark didn't return. Not that game, not the next. Weeks passed. But the status update? Always the same. Day to day. This is where the doubts began. Because in pro sports, day to day means you're close. A tweak, a bruise, a minor strain. But Caitlin Clark wasn't close. She was gone. Missing in action, and the Fever had no clear answers. Cut to graphics. Fever injury reports showing questionable over multiple games. And the pattern? It raised eyebrows everywhere. One night, Clark's listed as questionable. The next, she's in warm-ups shooting threes. Fans think she's back, but minutes before tip-off scratched. Again, then again, and again. That's not how a real minor injury works. That's how you manage optics. Fans were left asking, was this about protecting Clark's health or protecting the Fever's business? Overlay tweets, this is shady. Just admit it's serious. Feels like we're being lied to. And here's why this isn't just another sports mystery. The WNBA is in the middle of its biggest boom ever. And the reason? Caitlin Clark. She's selling out arenas nationwide. Fever merch is flying off shelves. And national TV ratings have hit record highs, with Clark at the center of almost every broadcast. Take Caitlin Clark off the floor, and the WNBA's surge slows. That's why critics are saying the Fever have more than a medical reason to downplay her injury. They have a financial motive. Because if they admit Clark could be out long-term, investors, networks, even sponsors might panic. Clips. ESPN showing Fever highlights. Merch stores packed. CNBC analysts discussing WNBA growth. Let's put this in perspective. Right now, WNBA franchise values are exploding. Teams once worth $50 million could soon be worth $500 million. And why? Because Caitlin Clark has turned the league mainstream. So ask yourself, would the league risk slowing that momentum by admitting its biggest star is hurt worse than they're letting on? Would the Fever risk tanking ticket sales by saying Clark is out indefinitely? This isn't just sports. It's business. A business on the edge of becoming a billion-dollar empire. And that's why so many believe the Fever are hiding the truth. And when answers don't come, fans take over. The internet is flooded with theories. One says it's a groin injury. Another says stress fracture. Some even claim it's surgical and the team doesn't want us to know. But the loudest voices? Fans demanding transparency. Tell us what's really wrong with Caitlin Clark. Because here's the truth. Fans aren't just buying tickets. They're buying trust. And right now, that trust is broken. Overlay real fan clips. This doesn't add up. They're hiding something. We just want honesty. And it's not just fans. Sports talk shows are dedicating full segments to this story. Journalists are openly asking, is the WNBA playing games with its own superstars' health? Barstool Sports' Dave Portnoy even stirred the fire by suggesting Clark should start her own league, sparking even more controversy. And the more the Fever dodge questions, the louder the speculation gets. Every press conference, every vague answer, every day-to-day, the narrative writes itself. Cover up. But maybe the most revealing clue didn't come from coaches or doctors. It came from a teammate. Lexi Hull, in an interview, admitted Clark's season has been stop and go, saying she's constantly questioning whether her body will hold up. That doesn't sound like tightness. That sounds like something more. Was Hull accidentally giving away what the Fever tried to hide? To fans, it felt like confirmation. Clark's injury is bigger than the team admits. And sports fans have seen this movie before. 2019 NBA Finals. Kevin Durant, reported as calf soreness. Played through. Ended in a torn Achilles. Career never the same. Or Kawhi Leonard with the Spurs. Downplayed injuries until the trust was shattered, forcing a trade. History shows us, hiding injuries doesn't protect stars. It breaks trust, causes bigger damage. If the Fever are doing the same with Caitlin Clark, this could become one of the biggest scandals in WNBA history. This isn't just about games missed. It's about long-term risk. If the Clarks pushed back too soon, she could re-injure herself. And with her style of play, explosive, fearless, non-stop, the danger multiplies. Remember, this is a once-in-a-generation talent. You don't gamble with that, and fans know it. They don't just want her back, they want her back healthy. Because without Caitlin Clark, the Fever aren't just weaker. The WNBA's entire momentum slows. Highlight reel. Clark's deep threes, assists, packed stadiums. And that's why the calls for investigation are growing. Fans, journalists, even rival executives are saying enough is enough. The WNBA may have to step in, demand stricter injury reporting, and hold the Fever accountable if they've misled the public. Because the longer the silence goes on, the worse this looks. And if the Fever did lie, we're talking about fines, suspensions, maybe even changes to league policy. This isn't just about Caitlin Clark anymore. It's about the integrity of the WNBA itself. Graphic, possible investigation pending. So what happens now? The Fever are in a playoff hunt. They need Clark on the floor. The WNBA is in the spotlight like never before. They need Clark on TV. And fans? They're done with vague answers. They need the truth. The clock is ticking. Do the Fever come clean? Does the league step in? Or do we keep hearing the same two words? Day to day. Countdown clock animation. Fading to black. So let's ask the question. Are the Indiana Fever hiding the truth about Caitlin Clark's injury? Is this just cautious medical management? Or a full-blown scandal to protect profits? Drop your take in the comments because the fans deserve answers. Smash that like button if you believe the WNBA owes fans transparency. Subscribe right now because when this investigation blows up, you're going to want front row access. This isn't just basketball anymore. This is the future of the league.